If you're over 70, this message could protect your health and even save your life. Because right now, millions of older adults are taking medications that were once safe, but as the body changes with age, they can quietly begin doing more harm than good. I'm not here to scare you, I'm here to empower you. You see, most seniors today take anywhere from 5 to 10 different prescriptions a day. Some are life-saving, yes, but others, they may simply be left over from years ago. A habit, a refill that never got reevaluated. And here's the truth most people never hear. As we age, our liver, kidneys, and metabolism slow down. That means a dose that was perfect at 50 can suddenly become risky at 70. So in this video, we'll talk about 5 common medications. Not to stop, not to fear, but to question. Because asking questions, understanding the risks, and having an honest talk with your doctor can change everything. Let's begin. Medication number 1, the forever pills for cholesterol and blood pressure. Let me tell you a story. Harold is 74, he's active, eats well, and has been taking the same cholesterol pill and blood pressure medication for over 20 years. One day, he starts feeling dizzy and tired. He blames age. But after a routine checkup, his doctor discovers his blood pressure is actually too low. What happened? As Harold got older, his body became more sensitive to his medicine. His dose, which was once ideal, was now too strong. This is incredibly common. Some long-term medications, especially those for cholesterol and blood pressure, can start to cause fatigue, muscle pain, and dizziness in older adults. Why? Because our metabolism slows, and our body composition changes. Less muscle, more sensitivity. In Harold's case, his doctor simply adjusted his dose and reviewed his diet and hydration. Within weeks, Harold's energy returned. The lesson? Don't assume that if a medicine helped once, it's helping forever. After 70, your dosage needs a review. Often, every 6 to 12 months. Always ask your doctor, is this still the right dose for my current age and weight? It's a simple question that could prevent serious side effects. Now let's talk about one that affects millions, sleeping pills and anti-anxiety medications. These medicines can be a blessing for short-term use, but for older adults, long-term use can quietly become a problem. Here's why. Our brains become more sensitive to sedatives as we age. Even a small dose can linger longer, leading to morning grogginess, forgetfulness, or unsteady walking. You might notice someone saying, "I'm just tired all the time lately," or "I feel foggy in the morning." That can sometimes be the body's way of saying, "This dose is too heavy for me now." Studies show that long-term use of these medications in older adults can increase the risk of falls, confusion, and memory issues. Now, that doesn't mean you should stop suddenly, never do that, but it's worth asking your doctor if there's a safer plan. Sometimes, adjusting timing, lowering the dose, or switching to gentle behavioral sleep therapies can make a world of difference. You deserve good sleep, but you also deserve clear mornings. Pain. It's one of the toughest parts of aging. Aching joints, back stiffness, arthritis, it can feel like a daily battle. So naturally, many older adults rely on pain medications, both prescription and over-the-counter. But here's the thing. As we age, our kidneys and stomach lining become more fragile. Even simple everyday pain pills can start irritating the stomach or affecting blood pressure and kidney function. I once met a gentleman, 79 years old, who took his favorite pain reliever daily for years. It kept him moving, yes, but he began feeling constant fatigue and nausea. A blood test later showed that his kidney function had declined. After reviewing his medications and switching to gentler alternatives, like topical treatments, light exercise therapy, and hydration, his kidney numbers improved, and his pain was managed more safely. The message here is balance. Pain relief is important, but not at the cost of long-term health. Ask your doctor about safer, age-appropriate alternatives, and never assume that over-the-counter means risk-free. Now this one surprises a lot of people. Heartburn, acid reflux, those are common problems after 60, and medications that reduce stomach acid can bring real relief. But here's the catch. Our bodies need a certain amount of stomach acid to properly absorb nutrients like vitamin B12, calcium, and magnesium. When acid levels are too low for too long, it can lead to weakened bones, fatigue, and even muscle cramps. I remember a woman named Martha, 72. She'd been on her acid medication for more than 8 years. When she started feeling weak and dizzy, she assumed it was just aging. Her doctor checked her labs and discovered she was severely low in vitamin B12 and calcium, a side effect of long-term acid suppression. They worked together to slowly taper her medication, add lifestyle adjustments like smaller evening meals, and reintroduce natural acid balance. Within months, Martha felt stronger and steadier. So if you've been taking heartburn medication for years, it's time to ask, do I still need this daily? Sometimes, lifestyle and diet changes can be just as powerful, without the long-term risks. Finally, let's talk about a sensitive one, diabetes medication. These drugs save lives, but they must be managed carefully in older adults. As we age, our eating habits, activity levels, and metabolism change. That means some diabetes medications, especially older ones, can sometimes lower blood sugar too much. You might have heard stories of seniors fainting or feeling weak after meals. This can happen when the medication is stronger than the body now needs. The danger isn't just the sugar drop, it's the risk of falls, confusion, or even hospitalization. Doctors today often use newer, safer medications or simply adjust timing and dose to reduce those risks. So if you're noticing fatigue, dizziness, or trembling, talk to your healthcare provider. Don't assume it's just old age. It could be your medication asking for an update. Now that we've gone through these 5 types, let's step back for a moment. This isn't really a story about pills, it's a story about change. The human body you live in at 70 or 80 is different from the one you had at 50. It's wiser, more delicate, and more sensitive, and yet, most people are still taking the same prescriptions they started years ago with no review. Imagine if you drove the same car for 30 years but never changed the oil or adjusted the brakes. That's what happens with long-term medication use. Eventually, it needs tuning. This is why doctors today emphasize something called medication review or deprescribing. It doesn't mean stopping what helps you, it means checking what still serves you, and what may no longer be needed. It's about partnership, not fear. For many people, medication becomes part of their identity. I've been on this for 25 years. I can't sleep without that pill. My doctor prescribed it, so it must be safe. These thoughts are completely normal, but here's the truth. Questioning your medication isn't disrespect, it's self-respect. Your doctor wants you to live fully, not just survive, and the best doctors are the ones who listen when you ask questions. So at your next visit, bring a list of every pill, supplement, and vitamin you take. Ask, is this still helping me? Could we review if I still need it? Are there safer options for my age? You'll be amazed at how often doctors say, I'm glad you asked that. Let's end with a few practical takeaways. 1. Have a medication review once a year. Bring every bottle, prescriptions, vitamins, everything to your doctor or pharmacist. 2. Track your symptoms. Write down any new fatigue, confusion, sleepiness, or dizziness. These clues help your doctor find what's really going on. 3. Never stop a medication suddenly. Always taper or switch under medical supervision. 4. Stay hydrated and nourished. Dehydration and poor diet make medication side effects worse. 5. Ask questions fearlessly. It's your right to understand what goes into your body. As we age, life becomes less about adding more and more about refining what truly matters. That includes our medicine cabinet. Some medications save lives, others served their purpose years ago. The key is knowing which is which, and that wisdom begins with curiosity. So, here's your challenge. Tonight, take a quiet moment. Look at the pills you take each day. Then, write down one question to ask your doctor about each of them. That single act of awareness can change your health story forever. Because your golden years deserve clarity, confidence, and vitality, not confusion or unnecessary risks. Remember, you are not just a patient, you are a partner in your own health. Thank you for taking this time to learn, to reflect, and to care for yourself. And if you found this helpful, please share it with someone you love, because the more we understand, the better we age together. Your health is your legacy. Nurture it, question it, and protect it with wisdom and heart. If you're over 70, this message could protect your health and even save your life.